All right, happy Monday, scholars. Can't believe we're in week 11. So let's start this week off strong. So just a few updates, just as a reminder, we are going to have a unit test this week. So if you have class on Thursday, you'll have it on Thursday, and if you have it on Friday, you'll have it on Friday. So it's really important that you use this lesson to review for the test. Use this video to guide you through the lesson. I've also provided a few additional things to help you review for the test as well. This Kahoot, along with the Unit 1 vocabulary. You can use this to assist you with the questions in this lesson, and also to help you review for the test, which we will also do a little bit of review in class on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So to wrap up this unit, we've been talking a lot about the carbon cycle and how carbon cycles through our biodome ecosystem. And we specifically looked at a carbon game that had us implementing different events that would affect how carbon cycled. So we really want to stamp the key concept of cause and effect. And when we look at this idea of cause and effect, we want to think about what causes the carbon cycle to change, or what can cause it to shift, or what can cause anything to shift for that matter in our ecosystem. So when we look at this cause and effect analysis, I have a little example here where if we break it down and use a simple example with putting a plant in the closet. So when we put a plant in the closet, we already know we want to think about, what does a plant need to survive? Why would it die in the closet? If putting it in the closet would cause it to die, we have to go back and think about what the plant actually needs to survive. So we have to use this prior knowledge that we've acquired, not only from this unit, but even from previous science years that you've had in school, to think about what this plant needs to survive and what has caused it to die. So when we go through this cause and effect analysis, we know plants need to have light to make energy storage molecules. And we also know that plants use energy storage molecules needed to release energy needed for organisms to live. And then without energy storage molecules, these plants will die. So there's a series of things that happen as a result of putting up the plant in the closet. We put it in the closet, it ends up not living. So when we take this example and apply it to our carbon cycle, we want to look at the series of events that caused our carbon to decrease in our ecosystem, that caused carbon to shift to different parts of our ecosystem. So we know from gathering our data last class, so if we remember our data we gathered from last class, this is a little snapshot. We know that decreasing decomposers caused a decrease in carbon dioxide, which led to our following data that we gathered below. So we decreased decomposers, which happened here, which caused our carbon dioxide to decrease, which caused our energy storage molecules in producers, consumers, and decomposers to decrease. But then our energy storage molecules in dead matter increased. And then our energy storage molecules in our biotic part, that living part of the ecosystem, increased. So from that one change, a series of things happened. So as we wrap up the unit, I want you guys to reflect on this series of events, these cause and effect events that happened in our biodome ecosystem. And We want to think about these series of events that caused our biodome ecosystem to ultimately fail, because we were trying to solve the problem of why the plants and animals did not have enough energy storage molecules. So for this particular activity, what I'm going to have you guys do is put the events in order. So use these 4 cards up here, and put them in order of how they happened in our investigation. So we started with the Econauts buried the dead matter. So what do we think happened next? So if we want to drag one, so you can drag them to the places that you might think. If you're unable to drag them, what you could do is go to slide 6, this slide, and you can type in the events here. So I typed the first event in here for you, the Econauts bury the dead matter so, and then I typed the last event that happened for you, which we know that the plants and animals did not have enough energy storage molecules, but what were those 4 events that happened in between, and in what order did they happen? We want to think about, what do decomposers give off? We want to remember decomposers give off carbon dioxide. And if decomposers decrease, what is there going to be less of? So, as we think about these things in the series of events, I want you to put them in order. And then we will review this in class on Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever day that you are coming. So take a moment to pause the video and complete the sorting activity before you move on. Now that you've completed the sorting activity, whether it was on this slide or this slide, we want to again think about this final concept that we've taken in this last week, which is that the total amount of carbon in our ecosystem does not change. It just gets moved around to different parts, which is what we've seen in this slide, how some parts go up, some parts go down. We see some parts go down, some parts go up. So the carbon dioxide is decreasing and increasing in certain parts, which is affecting these energy storage molecules. So ESM is energy storage molecules. So we know that it just gets moved around through different parts of our ecosystem, but we want to think about what events cause this to happen. So if you go to the next slide, on slide 8, you'll see a link that you can click, and it allows you to click on different parts of the carbon cycle to learn about it. So you can click here, and click here to learn about the different parts and events that go on in a carbon cycle. Some of them are videos. So I want you to use that website, so you can keep it open in your tab, to answer the questions on slides 9 through 13. So you can still use the link. It links you to the same site, and it says click on burning. So it'll say, I give you ideas of where to click in order to answer the questions. So you can click, and then you would go to the site, click on burning, and watch the video. And then same thing for this one. Use the link, same link, and you can click on photosynthesis to help you learn and answer the question. So you proceed to do that for the next few slides. And be sure that if you do want to complete this on a separate sheet of paper, that you may do so. But just be sure that if you do complete it on paper, that you can that you take pictures and submit your work to Google Classroom. So you remember that you can take pictures of your work and submit it by hitting the Add or Create button. And then you can add attachments and pictures using your iPad or a cell phone, depending on what is easiest for you and what you have access to. So as always, please email me with any questions. Be sure to use this time to review for the test on Thursday and Friday. And we'll wrap up this unit strong. I will see you all on Tuesday and Wednesday.